Alright man, we are back with some more CZN, and this is going to be my first impressions and guide on 9 as well. So I'm going to quickly do my first impressions. I think she's amazing so far. She's really good in chaos, really strong in chaos. The amount of damage she could output in chaos is actually insane. So yeah, I'm loving her so far. I think she's kind of fun to play as well because she's different from the other DPS units. She's not spamming a whole bunch of cards, you know, or having to create and draw a whole bunch of cards. Nope, her hue card's always there and you just swing and it does big damage. So yeah, I'm still yet to test her out in like other pieces of content like the Tower and the Nebula Distortion, and obviously eventually the Great Rift when that comes out. So we're gonna see how well she performs there later on. But so far, I think she is a very strong character. I think she does insane damage. I wouldn't say she's a must pull because I don't feel like any character's a must pull in this game. Like, this is probably the only gadget game where you can pull for any character you want and still beat everything in this game. But I think she's definitely a very strong character, and I think she would be up there in the tier list if I did one. From what I'm seeing in the chaos though, obviously what she could do outside of chaos matters a lot too, but we're gonna get into testing that. But yeah, first impressions, amazing so far. Very strong in chaos. Now we're going to get into the builds. So first thing we're going to get into is partners. If you don't summon for her main partner, just use this one right here. Max it out as well, because you should be able to, because, you know, from the start to now, the amount of summons you did, you should be able to max this out. And yeah, this is just going to be the best in slot for her if you don't get her main partner. Simple as that. When it comes to potentials, level this one up, level the crit rate, crit damage up, and level this unique stat upgrade one as well. And with memory fragments, if you don't want to, if you're still working your way towards getting this one, the Beast Yearning, I believe is the best in slot. You could do 2 set crit damage, 2 set defense, and 2 set, I don't know, whatever after that. Or if you have a 4 set order, you could probably use that. But I will say definitely work your way to get Beast Yearning and Executioner's Tool for her. I think that's going to be the best way to go about it. And you also do want to get 400 defense, so don't be like me with 315. But yeah, get 400 defense because of her potential up here. And, you know, stat, you know, targets, obviously, as I said, 400 defense, probably near enough to 60% crit chance and as high as crit damage as you could go. So for me, yeah, I would need 4% more crit chance from somewhere and a lot more defense from somewhere. Now we're gonna get into teams, then we're gonna get into, you know, save data / epiphanies that you should be targeting. And with teams, Chizuru could work really nice with her because of the way how she could work now. So say if you was able to get this Comet Flames here with 1 AP, that would be amazing because it's an initiation and it would just help for 9 to function because she does take away a lot of your AP. And if you could get AP on one of these 4 Tsukiyomis too, that could work really well. And you kind of use Chizuru as your AP generator. Then you use Bound at Dusk, this one here, 1 card with the highest cost by 2 until used. So that means Hue will end up becoming 1 cost, which will be amazing because you're generating AP from Chizuru, right? And you're also reducing Hue to 1, so you're going to be able to, you know, play your cards a lot more and just do a lot more with Chizuru in your team. So Chizuru could work really nicely with her. Veronica works well with everyone. I don't think I need to explain it. Obviously Naja is amazing, probably works well with everyone as well that does damage because of her veracity predation. But obviously she has really good cards with Bottomless Hunger being able to increase your defense based damage and it having retain on it, so you can literally wait until you get your Hue to its max level, use Bottomless Hunger for that extra plus 100%. And obviously with Domain of Veracity, she goes crazy because for 2 turns plus 100% defense based damage taken by the target. So that's really amazing with a defense based damage dealer like 9. So yeah, Naja obviously amazing for her. Serenial works with her too. You know, these 2 characters, I mean, you're killing everything in the game, okay, because they're both just insane. Homing Laser, it costs 0. You're going to be able to Ravage as well, generate AP back. And yeah, they're just going to work well because they're going to kill everything together. And obviously it being exhaust kind of works nicely as well for all the new gear sets that you could get in chaos. Luke could work really well as well because he has exhaust too, and as I said, because of the new gear you could get in chaos runs. Felipe could work too. you know, but I just feel like there are better other teams for Naja that are just a lot more better. But yeah, Vanguard units could work with her Kalipe, Amir, and goddamn Magna as well, because you can build a counter attack build for 9 if you want. Nia, I think, is amazing for her. Obviously, she could heal. She could also make use of the new memory fragments, because she could create exhaust cards herself with the Adagio Epiphany. So yeah, that works well nicely with her. And obviously she could discard the card, place it on top of your deck pile, then draw it as well, and then you could use Hugh for a lot less AP. So yeah, Nia works really nicely. I actually been using her. This is not the best save they are, but Spore Harvester is actually kind of nice too, you know, because Spore Harvester works like vulnerable, increased damage taken by 10%, but it stacks. That's important. So as you can see, if I was to exhaust it, like use it, I get 2 contaminated spores, but every time I retain it, it will create 1 contaminated spore. So I could keep retaining it until I get max level Hue, then, you know, exhaust it to get a bunch more contaminated spores, then put all of it onto an enemy, then do my big level 5 extreme or level 3 massacre hit, you know, just for you know, more damage. So yeah, Spore Harvester is not a bad card as well to put on some of these support cards for 9. Another one is obviously Ray, because simply because one of her manifest egos as well here, allies attack card damage is increased by 20%. Freaking amazing. And obviously she does have some good cards, and Snack Time works amazing with her, because what you could do with Snack Time is exhaust her Hue card, which will help level it up a lot more faster. So yeah, simple as that. Amazing. And it's gonna draw, so it is just amazing. And what I'm trying to personally go for is removing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of Ray's cards, getting 4 Snack Times, and keeping Dark Condensation and Predator's Blade. That's the deck I'm trying to go with for Ray, and I think it will work really nicely, you know. So there is Ray. Yeah, she's just really good because of that damn Snack Time. And there are other characters, but I just wanted to get that done and over with. I feel like we named a lot of characters. Now we're gonna get into builds for 9. So I'm going to show some builds I have here. So with Hugh, you could go with Extreme if you want to do big single target nuke damage, okay, because it goes up to level 5, number 1. Number 2, lower AP. Number 3, look at that, 1200 just off base without any buffs, any increases from other things. That's insane, okay? So yeah, big single target nukes, Extreme's the way to go. If you want to have good damage and good survivability, Ironclad is the way to go. And if you want to do AoE damage, like good AoE damage, Massacre is the way to go. Now Flash and Ambush, yeah, counterattack, Magna and all that stuff, but I just feel like the other ones perform better. Flash I haven't used, so I don't know too much about, but apparently Flash is really good with what's her name, Olia, right? But I just feel like Extreme, Massacre is gonna be the 2 builds you might want to go with, because Extreme you could do big numbers, and Massacre is AoE, so you can literally have 2 versions of 9, a single target nuke and an AoE nuke. So yeah, I think Extreme and Massacre is gonna be your go-to, but because of how easy it is to build now, you could literally just have 5 different builds, 1 with Massacre, 1 with Extreme, 1 with Ironclad, 1 with Flash, 1 with Ambush. So yeah. Then with Experience Strike and well, I was gonna say Fatal Strike, but I like to go with the one that could increase my damage of exhaust cards, obviously that buffing up your Hue. Simple as that. I do believe the second one and fourth one is very interesting, because if a card was exhausted this turn, increase damage amount of this card by 30%, right? So if you were somehow able to draw a whole bunch and have a whole bunch of exhaust cards in your hand, and you're able to use all those exhaust cards, bro, that's insane, because it's 30% each card, right? I mean, wait, yeah, 30% by each card, and like it would just end up being a crazy percentage, and all of a sudden you're nuking with this too. Then the reason why this one is also amazing, because it's plus 60% damage amount for each exhaust card in hand. So if you're able to draw a whole bunch of exhaust cards, then yeah, plus 60% damage for each of them, and all of a sudden this is going to be doing some big damage as well. So yeah, first one, safest bet. Second, fourth one, certain builds, you know, or certain other characters that you have that have exhaust cards. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how those work as well. Fatal Strike, increase damage amount by 30% for each cost of the highest cost exhaust. This could work really nice. It's a safe one, I would say. This could also work if you're using Vanguards. The fourth one's very interesting because it says exhaust 2 random exhaust cards of other combatants in hand for each card exhausted through this ability. Increase damage amount of the next attack. Bear in mind, it says exhaust 2 random exhaust cards. So the other your allies have to have exhaust cards for this to work. So what you could really do if you want 100 IQ it is get them the contaminated spore cards, because when you exhaust the contaminated spore cards, they literally give you contaminated spores, and you could apply it to the enemy to do a lot more damage, you know. So yeah, you could just literally give your allies a bunch of exhaust cards to be able to use the Fatal Strike and get that damage increase. So I really like this one. It's just another way to buff up your damage. The middle Fatal Strike is really good because every time you use an exhaust card, it's gonna go down. The cost of this card is gonna go down. So if you just do it really well in terms of, let's say you have your Hue at max level already, you use it, then you wait for your Hue to come back, then you use Fatal Strike at 0 cost, then that Hue is back at its final level, then you know you could use it again or something like that if you have enough AP. But yeah, it could work really well. Or if you just have Fighting Spirit, and yeah, that could work really well. Counterblade is an interesting one. I think it depends on what build you're going with. So if you're going for a counter attack build, obviously this one. If you're going for an Ironclad build, I think these two here is up. You could just choose either or. I'll probably say this one because it has initiation, so you could start getting your Honed Edge and start stacking that, I guess, with this one. And if you're just doing extreme massacre, just get the first one here. Now I actually personally have this one because I just wanted to see how it works. It is kind of nice because if you're able to get Counterblade really early, it activates your Hue every start of turn, so it helps with the level up and it helps you just to get that extra hit in. So I kind of like it personally, but it can mess up as well if you, like, before your start of turn you have it at level 5 and you wanted to, you know, apply some vulnerable stacks or whatever, contaminated spores on the enemy, or kind of ramp up your damage before you do a big hit. Sometimes that Counterblade at the start of turn use Hue could kind of ruin it, so you have to, you know, mix up well. And with Fighting Spirit is just going to be the one you copy. Simple as that. So yeah, this extreme build, you could see I've got a ton of Fighting Spirits. I actually got rid of 2 of the other cards because I was just testing how much Fate Memory it will cost. The fact that it only costs 150 to remove all them basics and those other 2 cards, yeah, insane. But then again, remember, I didn't have no good like Epiphanies or anything like that. I also do have a Spore Harvester in this build too. And obviously I have my Massacre build here. I'm probably gonna redo this one. Actually, you know what, it is fine. I would probably redo this one. If I wanted to use Remanifestation, it might be on this Counterblade right here. But yeah, 4 Fighting Spirits is probably going to be the way to go, so you could use those ones because they cost 1 instead of using Hue that costs 3. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the build. You want to copy Fighting Spirit 4 times. Experience Strike, you want to probably get the one that increased your damage of exhaust cards by 30%. The second Experience Strike Epiphany and the 4th one could work really nice if you got a ton of exhaust cards in your deck. Fatal Strike, really just go with what you want. I really like the middle one personally. And Counterblade, I think it depends what Hue you're going with. If you're going for Ironclad, get the one that gives you Honed Edge and has initiation on it. If you're going with Extreme Massacre, go with the one that is when exhausted, you get that. And yeah, if you're going for the counter attack one, I guess you could go for that Counterblade. And yeah, her builds are really that simple. And yeah, that's really gonna be it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, run up. Catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.
という